Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we are talking about our upcoming trip to Walt Disney World and Universal Studios Orlando. We will be going on vacation in exactly 2 weeks, but while you're watching this, we will be down there actually living the vacation. I just am trying to catch up and make sure that all the vlogs and everything is ready and organized, and so we can have a stress-free and carefree vacation. Today we are going to be talking about all the details that is going to come with our trip and what to expect in all of those vlogs. So we're actually going to be doing a split stay, which is quite unusual for Wade and I, and you guys may not know this because we have not been vlogging our vacations long enough, and we have never vlogged in Disney World, which is kind of crazy because that is the reason that we created this channel in the first place. But I booked this trip back in January, just because the world was all crazy, and it still kind of is. But we had a race scheduled for November, and we had 10 days booked for the vacation, and that was going to be the next time we go to Disney World, seeing as we didn't know when annual passes was going to be back, and we just kind of got on a crazy train. We just don't think that it's affordable for us, the way we like to do Disney World, to go and pay for one-day tickets. So with that said, Disney was actually doing a promotion for a couple of months later in this year, which is leading up to why I booked the dates that I booked. I would have never booked these dates if I knew that this was maybe the only Disney World trip that we were going to take this year. Because McAllister can't come. He's not going to be able to come because it is like week 2 of school starting back, and it's high school, and you just can't do that. So we decided that we were going to continue with the trip. We've got some stuff up our sleeves. Maybe we can get him there a couple months from now. I don't know. Just fingers crossed. We just don't know because annual passes and just no one knows. So with that said, I booked for the promotion. They were doing you book 4 nights and 5-day tickets, and out of the 5-day tickets you only pay for 3 park days. So I thought that was a great promotion. Like, Wade and I both get 2 days in the park free, so it kind of was a little bit more affordable if we were going to pay for park tickets. And I honestly assumed that, well, we'll take this trip if annual passes aren't back yet, and then we'll take our November trip because we're going to do our Run Disney, and that is a whole nother ballpark. But let's just say about 2 weeks before Run Disney announced that they were going to be doing the Wine and Dine this year, I unfortunately canceled our 10-day Walt Disney World trip because we kind of rearranged, and we didn't think that it was going to happen. Annual passes are still not back, and we did not sign up for the races. We got emails from St. Jude letting us know that they were not able to secure spots for the race like they had originally thought. Just pandemic, I'm assuming Disney has done things a little bit differently. They did say that they could reimburse us if we purchased tickets, but we honestly didn't have anywhere to stay, and we didn't know that they were going to open up more hotels shortly after we had a panic attack, and we just decided to go and just not do that trip for this year. So for August of 2021, realizing that later in the year, we're realizing that this is probably the only trip that we're going to take. We probably want to stay a couple of days longer. We only booked 4 nights, and if you don't know, we drive down there, so that's a long drive to go to Disney World for 4 nights and then come back. We've done shorter, yes we have, but this is the only time that we're going to be there, and we have Universal annual passes, so why not just stay a couple of extra nights? So that's what we decided. We booked a hotel for 2 nights on top of the 4 nights that we have at our Disney resort, and we will get into those details just shortly. So excited about that, by the way. Never have stayed at Universal, so we're really, really, really excited. Okay, so that is the why we're going in August, and I did think it was really cool. I do think that we are going to be using this trip as a celebration, and if you guys don't know, we paid our house off in June, so we really haven't been able to do a celebration for that. So I really think this August trip is going to be a really good celebration. We paid off our debt late last year, or it might have been early this year. I really can't remember. Everything just kind of has come, I don't know. Everything just runs together these days. But we paid our debt off, and then we paid our house off in June. And I think that would be a great celebration. It's just going to be us. We're going to see friends, and we're going to do as much as we can. Now, we do know that the mask policy has changed for the indoors, and who knows within the next 2 weeks what can change, hopefully for the better. But that's not going to change our excitement for the trip, and that's not going to change if we are going to go on the trip. I honestly think the only thing that can change, if you're watching this video, we're going, but the only thing could change our minds from going on this trip, honestly, is if something tragic happened, or if Disney announced and said that, I don't know, like the hours were going to be a lot shorter. They're already a short amount of hours compared to what we're used to. So if they would make it a lot shorter and they took a lot of things away, I don't think that we would go. But I don't think that's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. So I think we're pretty safe. And like I said, if you're watching this video, you already know we're there. The day that we leave is August 14th. We will drive sometime in late afternoon and drive overnight. I'm sure we'll hit up a rest stop or something and maybe nap a couple of hours. And then we will drive into Orlando first thing that morning. Scheduled us for a super early check-in, and that hasn't always worked out for the best. That's fine. We can go straight to the parks. We'll freshen up at a rest stop and just hit the parks until we can get in our hotel. That's fine. But it would be really nice that we arrived and they allowed us to go put our stuff in the hotel and just kind of freshened up that way. That would be really, really cool. But it doesn't always happen that way, so I'm not gonna bank on it. And if it happens, it's just a bonus. So the resort that we're gonna stay at is the All Stars Movies, which actually, we've stayed at All Stars before, like a numerous amount of times. We really like to stay there because we don't spend much time at the resort, so we don't really want to spend so much money to stay at a fancy resort and go to Disney World. So honestly, if I was going to splurge on a resort, I might not even go to the parks. So one day maybe we'll get to do that, but typically we'll either stay at a moderate or the All Stars, and we normally do the All Stars, so we can go to Disney World more often. So we are staying at the All Stars Movies, and like I said, we have stayed at All Stars many of times. I know Wade I'm pretty sure has stayed at the movies before. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure he has, but I don't think I've ever stayed there. If you guys don't know, All Star Sports, Music, and then Movies is like just next to each other, just boom, boom, boom. And we normally stay at Sports or Music, but when we go there, I feel like I've stayed at the movies because when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll want to run, and I'll run all around the resort. And it all feels the same, like it's spread out, but at the same time it's right there together. So we are really excited. These are going to be refurbished rooms, and the refurbished rooms look really nice. Of course, we're going to do a resort tour, a room tour, so stick around for those. And then we are going to try to vlog every aspect of our trip. But we're really excited about these new All-Star Movies resort rooms. So I don't know, maybe you're not, but we are, so. Next thing is food. We are going to try to tackle as much food as possible. We have tons of new snacks that we haven't been able to try because we have not been in Disney World in a little over 2 years. I think it's 2 years and 4 months when we are there. So that's how long it's been for us to be in our happy place, and we're just so stoked to get back. So we're going to eat as much food as possible, and I know that there is a lot of new things going on for Hollywood Studios. We have not done any of the Galaxy's Edge stuff or the snacks and food, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So all of that's going to be really new to us, and I'm not sure. I mean, there's still like other things that we haven't done or seen that they change in all the different parks, but I think Hollywood Studios is going to be one of the biggest things. Happily Ever After. We are going to have 3 chances to watch Happily Ever After. We don't typically sit around and watch fireworks, but I am like devastated that they are taking this away. We're going to make sure that we make time to actually sit down or whatever, not be walking around or riding rides when we watch Happily Ever After. We are going to actually make a point to watch it because, as you know, September 29th or 28th, one of those dates, Happily Ever After is gone forever, and this is my last chance. So we get to listen to it 3 times because we'll be in Magic Kingdom on 3 different nights, and we're gonna watch it at least one of those nights. So I'm super excited about that. And also, we are doing something super new to us. We have been to Halloween and Christmas parties before, but we have never been to an after hours party. And we are actually doing the Boo Bash after hours party, so it's going to be a little mix of Mickey's Not So Scary, I would assume, mixed with a after hours party. So really excited about that. It's going to be the second party of this season, and I don't really think we're going to dress up. I think we're just going to just walk around and hang out, get some candy, get some treats. I really am excited about some treats, and you know, just enjoy the spooky Boo Bash party that we're gonna enjoy. It is for 3 hours, but we do get to get in the park for an extra 2.5 hours is what I read. So we are definitely going to take advantage of that. That is going to be an Animal Kingdom day. So on our Animal Kingdom day, we are going to leave the park just a little bit early. It already closes super early anyways, so we like to rope drop everything, but we like to rope drop Animal Kingdom especially. So we'll just probably hit it hard that morning, and then later in the afternoon we'll go back to our hotel and freshen up, get ready for Boo Bash, and go over there. So that's gonna be fun. We do have reservations for one sit-down dining. We actually have our friends invited. I don't know if one couple is actually going to be able to come because annual passes are not back. We're not going to cancel their part of the reservation until the very last second because you never know. Annual passes could come back in the middle of our trip. Who knows? So we're hoping that both sets of our friends gets to make it. I know that one couple has already said that they will be there. So I'm really excited that we get to sit down at one of Wade's favorite sit-down restaurants and hang out with some friends. And then after that, we will have already been checked out of our hotel, and we're going to go over to the Adventura Hotel at the Universal Orlando resort. I don't know. I don't know if it's a resort. But anyways, we are going to stay at the Adventura Hotel. So excited about this. It was between that and Cabana Bay. They actually just put out an annual pass discount for these hotels, so I was really excited to use those. And we get to stay there at a really, really good rate. And this will be our first time on property of Universal and to go to the parks while staying on property. Like, this is so crazy. I've been going to Universal since I was 9, and we have never stayed on property, which I know that they just started adding newer hotels that are more affordable for families. So it's really exciting. It's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be something Wade really enjoys because he likes techie things, but it's like very clean and very minimalistic, and I just think that we will really enjoy the vibe. So I've been catching up and trying to see how that works because we don't know much of anything about Universal Resorts, and we're actually, even though we've been many of times, Universal is still a very new thing for us because we haven't done it. We've done it for so many years, like just 1 or 2 days here or there, but we are just not as Universal people as we are Disney people. But we're so excited. Like, I am so excited about that stay. I just was so excited that they gave us that discount. So anyways, that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay there for 2 nights. So We will go to Universal, I know, for a full day. We're gonna definitely hit up the early morning hours. They give you an extra hour in one of the Harry Potter lands, so that's gonna be really cool. And then on the very last day that we check out of the resort, we did not really have any plans, but we may just go to Universal for a couple of hours. We'll have that extra hour in the morning, and then maybe a couple of hours maybe with friends before we head on, because I know we'll probably try to leave. I don't know, we may just try to stick around forever, but I have a feeling that with a long drive ahead, we will try to head out at a decent time and, you know, just get home so we can come home to Remy. But that is kind of how our trip is gonna go. I just wanted to go over everything somewhat in detail. The reason that we're going to Magic Kingdom 3 times, like I said, one of those nights is Boo Bash. Okay, so there's 4 parks and we had 5-day tickets. So before we bought Boo Bash tickets, we were like, well, Magic Kingdom has the most rides and whatnot, so we're gonna do Magic Kingdom twice, both when we get there and when we leave. And then we have Boo Bash in the middle, so we're gonna hit up Magic Kingdom a ton, which is nothing to complain about. I am kind of sad that we don't get to see Epcot more, because we love Epcot, and I know Wade's gonna be sad that we don't get to see as much Animal Kingdom, and we're kind of cutting our Animal Kingdom day a little short, but he agreed to do the Boo Bash, so it's just kind of how it is. And one of Wade's favorite things to do in Epcot is food and wine, and guess what? We'll be there for food and wine, and we're so excited. We are going to try to eat everything. I've already mapped out where we're going to eat, what we're going to eat. I've printed out a map from DFB. Like, I am legitly just so excited. I know that we are not going to be able to hit up everything that we want, and we're just going to try to go with the flow, but I really wish sometimes that I could eat more than I actually could eat, because that's going to be so much fun. So I'm just so excited that we get to hit up food and wine, Boo Bash, we get to do Disney World for a handful of days, and Universal and Islands of Adventure. We get to see friends, we get to celebrate paying off our house, and just having some us time in the parks, in our happy place. And I hope you guys follow along. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, comment down below and let us know what you are excited about for our trips, and make sure to subscribe because we have so much coming your way. Bye guys!